Hey Yogi, welcome to another Vinyasa practice. If you are new to the channel, I'm Rhi and this is Burghley, and if you are returning, then welcome back. And if you're returning, you will notice that Burghley is wearing a t-shirt. That's not because I want her to kind of look fly for YouTube. She just needs to wear one for a little medical reason for a little bit. Not that she doesn't look really cute, she does, obviously. Anyway, enough about Burghley. For this practice, it'll be really cool if you could grab a strap. If you don't have a strap, then a dressing gown, like belt, or just a regular belt will work. We're not going to use the strap much, but it'll just help towards the end of the practice. And we will begin today on our backs. So we're just going to begin with a few steady breaths. So take the feet as wide as your mat and then let the knees knock into one another. Or you could take Supta Baddha Konasana here if that feels nice, which is soles of the feet together and the knees splaying out. I'm going to start today, because I'm not yet very warm, with just the knees knocking in towards each other. Let your shoulders really sort of surrender to gravity here and melt into the earth. Let everything just settle in. Try not to hold on to any part of the body here. Take any fidgets that you need. I always liken this to Burghley. So before we started filming, Burghley gets on her blanket and she full on, like, she makes loads of little minor adjustments to it until it's exactly how she wants it so that she can be comfortable. And I like to think of these moments at the beginning of our asana journey as really similar. We're just trying to drop into the mat and find somewhere where we can be here. And then let's start to bring the attention inward. You could have both hands on the belly if that feels nice, so that you can just feel that physical connection to your breathing as your belly will rise on the inhales and gently draw back towards the spine on your exhales. I'm not going to cue any kind of particular breath here. I always find kind of pranayama on your back to be interesting. So what I would invite you to do is to just elongate the breath. Try and take a longer inhale. Pause. And then release with a long exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Might feel nice to start with a count of 4 on the inhale. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Take a deep, long inhale. Open the mouth. Exhale it out. Beautiful. From here, draw wherever you are, whether you're in Baddha Konasana or kind of like a constructive rest. Pop your feet hip distance. Setting up for bridge. I'm going to take a bit of a different bridge today, more of an active bridge. This is something that my teacher does with me a lot, and it's to help activate through the glutes, through the hamstrings. And this class is very much about the hamstrings today. So On your inhale, see if you can turn, so really scoop your tailbone underneath you, almost as if the tailbone's going to come up through the legs. So the tailbone at this point is reaching up for the sky. Feel how that neutralizes the curve in the lumbar. So you kind of have that nice arch in the lower spine. This is neutralizing that. The spine will be flat to the floor. Take an exhale here. On your inhale, drive through your heels. Keep reaching the tailbone up as that lifts the hips, Now, notice how with regular bridge, we really take the back bend. So we kind of go into the mid and upper back. We want to neutralize that today. We want this to be all about the glutes and the hamstrings. So try and knit the front ribs in. And try to imagine that this section from the bottom of the tailbone to kind of the middle of the chest is a straight line underneath you. So you could have a nice long ruler underneath you and it would not lose your back. Keep driving through the heels, keep lifting, keep knitting the front ribs in, engage through the glutes. This should feel like work. Be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower on 1. Nice. We'll take that again. So on your inhale, think about turning. Pelvis is coming backwards. You're taking that full posterior tilt. You're tucking the tailbone under you. The tailbone's trying to shoot up in between your legs. Spine is flat to the mat. Take an exhale. On your inhale, drive through your feet, lift, feel those hamstrings click on to support the lift. Engage the glutes. Actually give them a little tap. Are they engaged? Are they turned off? They should be super engaged here. Keep lifting whilst knitting the front ribs in. So neutralize the back bend from kind of the bottom of the ribs to the shoulders. Keep lifting here. Keep driving the shins forward. The heels are coming back. Everything is working in the lower body. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, lower on 1. Whew. Tough work. One more of those. So again, as you inhale, you're really curling that tailbone underneath you as much as it possibly can, almost that the glutes are going to lift, but the back is flat to the mat. Keep inhaling here, then take an exhale, and then inhale, reach up. So bottom of the core is working hard, the glutes are working, the hamstrings are fired on. Neutralize the back bend. So this is not a regular bridge pose. You won't go as high, but you might feel like this is more work. Be here for 5, 4, keep reaching up, keep pushing the shins forward, keep dragging the heels under you, and lower on 1. Nice job. Cool. Draw the knees into the chest, take everything the other way. And then take a couple of rock and rolls. Might feel nice here on the spine. Maybe the feet will go all the way overhead and then drop. And your next one, you're going to roll all the way across the legs. Come into a tabletop position. Any way you're going to get there is great. Nice. Keep the toes tucked for this one. Sit the butt back to the heels, push the hands into the mat and lift the knees into the chest. So just working through the feet here. Take a few times to do that rolling forward and back. Just waking up the feet before we wake up the hands. And then come back into this tabletop, grip through the mat. As always, wrist warm-up. Circle through the wrists by circling the shoulders over the wrists. Think about, I'm a bit obsessed with wrist warm-ups since breaking my right wrist a few months ago. So I probably had neglected the value in having a quality wrist warm-up. So really think about driving into the base of the palm, but also gripping through the fingers, moving around one way and the other way. If you're someone that you know you need more of a wrist warm-up, then pause and keep going. That being said, you're going to keep the toes tucked and turn the hands so that the fingers are pointing back towards the knees. Inhale, drop the belly, lift your tailbone, so opposite of what we were doing. Come into a cow pose. Exhale, roll through the spine, come into cat. Inhale through to cow pose. Exhale, into cat. One more, inhale, roll through to your cow. Exhale, push. Back to cat. Nice. Come back to a neutral place here. Tuck the toes if they were untucked. Push the hips up and back. Come into Arda Mukha Svanasana. You may be in a bit of a short down dog here, so feel free to just adjust as necessary. While I just move Burley's blanket out of my way, she's obviously decided she's had enough. So feel out this down dog, left, right, left. Take any fidgets that you need. This is always a good place of fidget for me. Nice. And then from here, you're going to take the feet as wide as your mat. Heels turn in, toes turn out, and now push. So you're really trying to lift the tailbone up to the sky. So the pelvis is now spilling forward. Your hip points are coming down or pointing down towards your feet. And then slowly start to walk your hands back and then bend in the knees, sit low into a Malasana Yogi squat. So this being the first one of the practice, you know, this might feel quite intense. And so just feel it out. If you need to move, I like to shuffle left to right just to sort of find that range in the hips there, which you know is there, but sometimes you've got to go searching for it. You've got to explore the body. It's not always just going to hand it to you on a plate. Nice. Nice. Take a moment of stillness here. Really drive the hips nice and wide. Maybe take the arms out if that helps you with the drive. And then from here, fingertips to the mat, straighten through the legs, forward fold. Feel that stretch on the hamstrings. Feel free to keep a soft bend in the knees so that the chest and thighs, or at least the bottom of the torso and the thighs are connected. And then inhale, come back to Malasana. Sit long, sit tall, spine long. Exhale, funky Uttanasana. Inhale, back to Malasana. Exhale. Nice. Come back halfway up and start to walk the hands to the top of the mat, coming into a downward facing dog. We'll do some awakening bees here just to kind of warm up through the whole body. The right leg will lift in your down dog, 3-leg dog. High onto the ball of the left toes, deep bend of that left knee. Drive the right knee into the chest, drop the right foot next to the right thumb. Inhale, rise up. Double bent leg lunge, so deep bend of that back knee. And again, try and neutralize the pelvis here. On your exhale, see if you can straighten through that back leg a little bit without moving the pelvis. Inhale, hands through the center line. Lean forward. Listen carefully for this. Instead of just kicking that left leg up as you might do normally, see if you can drag the left foot along and then lift it. That's going to click on that right hamstring. That's what's lifting you up. Exhale, straighten traditional warrior 3. Inhale, rebend the knee. Left foot travels to the back of the mat. Back into double bent leg lunge. Exhale, hands meet behind the neck. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands meet the mat, frame the front foot. Inhale, right leg lifts, 3-leg dog. On your exhale, bend your left knee, bend your elbows, slide through and along your mat. Come into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, 3-leg dog. High onto the ball of the right toes, bend the right knee. Draw the left knee in, forward, drop the left foot in between the hands. Rise up, double bent leg lunge. Exhale, drive through that back heel. Inhale, hands come through the center line. Slide the foot along and lift. Feel that left hamstring work here. Lift the chest, drop your shoulders on your back body. Straighten the leg. Traditional warrior 3. Reach the arms forward on your inhale, drop the foot down. Back into high lunge. Exhale, hands meet at the base of the neck. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. 3-leg dog, left leg lifts. From here, bend in the arms and the right leg. Slide yourself along your mat. Upward facing dog. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. The right leg lifts, 3-leg dog. High onto the ball of the left toes. Bend the left knee, bend the right knee in, roll forward. Drop the right foot in between the hands. Rise up. Double bent leg lunge. Exhale, drive through the left heel. Inhale, hands through the center line. Really slide that back foot forward. Feel the right hamstrings work together here. Exhale, straighten that right leg. Inhale, back to high lunge. Exhale, hands to the nape of the neck. Inhale, send the hands away. Lift up, look up. Exhale, hands meet the earth. 3-leg dog. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the elbows, bend the standing leg through into upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Left leg high to the sky. High onto the ball of the right foot. Bend the right knee. Bend the left knee. Travel that left foot forward. Coming into high lunge. Deep end of that back knee. Exhale, drive through the back heel. Keep the pelvis where it is. Inhale, hands through the center line. Slide that back foot along. Lift through the back leg. Crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten, warrior 3. Inhale, arms forward for counterbalance. Right foot goes back. Double bent leg lunge. Exhale, hands to the nape of the neck. Inhale, send the hands away. Lift up, look up. Exhale, hands, frame the front foot. 3-leg dog. Inhale, push yourself into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Picking up the pace here for one more full round. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot, right thumb, rise. Double bent leg lunge. Exhale, drive through the back foot. Inhale through, crouching warrior. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, back into high lunge. Exhale, hands to the nape of the neck. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, 3-leg dog. Inhale through to your upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts. Left foot into the left thumb, rise up. Double bent leg lunge. Exhale, straighten through the back leg. Inhale through to crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, double bent leg lunge. Exhale, hands to the nape of the neck. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, 3-leg dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Nice. From here, walk your hands back to your feet. Soft bend in the knees if you need to here. Let the head hang heavy. Coming into Uttanasana. Then from here, left hand slides under left foot. Right hand under right foot. Setting up for Pada Hastasana. Inhale, lift up, look forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, chest to thighs. Bend your knees if you need to here. Bottom ribs are connected to the thighs. Feel the belly push against the thighs on the inhale. And can you move into that space on the exhale? Inhale, exhale. Lean forward a little bit more if the weight is all in your heels. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift up, look up, and exhale, release the hands. Bend the knees, roll your way up to stand. Inhale, reach up, look up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands through the center line, Samastiti here. Nice. From here, you're going to pop your weight into your right leg. Inhale, bring that left knee into the chest, stork's pose. You can flex or point the foot here, but really stand up through that right leg. So don't sink into it, be active. Then from here, try and keep the left leg where it is. Release the hands alongside you. Start to bend through that right leg. Start to lean back. Straighten the left leg, point the toes. Slowly lower out in front of you, reaching forward. Left foot on the left side, right foot on the right side. Coming into traditional pyramid pose. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Parvattanasana. Feel the stretch here on that left hamstring. Send the right hip forward. Send the left hip back for more intensity in the stretch. Stay working on this stretch in pyramid, or roll forward, come into Bakasana or Ekapada Bakasana. So the left knee would track the left tricep. And then you'd lift through the right leg. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Lower, keep the right leg lifted. Come into crouching warrior. Gather yourself up. Bend through the left leg. Nice. And then from here, both hands will meet the mat. Stand in splits. So lift the right leg. Try and keep the hips square to the mat. It will reduce how much you can lift, but it's just going to intensify the hip extension. Draw your chest to your left leg. Nice. And then release. Right foot to the back of the mat. From here, we're going to take that left foot and take it to the top of your mat. So this is going to be a bit funky while we try and get this into an active split position. So lift the chest up and then start to walk your back foot back as much as you can. And then straighten through the legs, arms can reach up. See if you can lift the front heel and keep pushing that front heel forward. Coming into an active split. Keep driving the left foot back. Be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, rebend that right leg, drop the right knee to the mat. Take a half split. Should feel nice. Might feel nice after that work. And then rebend that left foot. Tuck the back toes, plant the hands, come into three-leg dog. And then inhale, roll through, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. The work is the same. So walk the hands back to the feet. Take the left hand under the left foot. Right hand under the right foot. Inhale, straighten the arms, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend your elbows. Help you find a little bit more depth here. The knees can be bent the whole time in Hastasana. This is a big ask on the hamstrings. Feel the lower belly on the thighs. See if you can straighten a bit more through the legs without losing that connection. And then inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, release. Bend the knees, roll up. Come into Urdhva Hastasana. Lift the arms up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Nice job. Pop your weight into your left foot this time. We'll do it all again. So weight into that left foot. Right knee comes into the chest, stork's pose. Think about really activating and driving this knee into the chest. Then start to bend the left knee, release the hands, keep the leg as high as it is, start to lean back. Straighten through the right leg, lean back some more, and then slowly lower it, probably halfway up your mat. Square the left foot down to a place that you can work with for this Parvattanasana, excuse me. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, fold down. Let everything hang over that right leg, that right shin. Keep pressing into that left heel. If you've lost connection to the heel, then lift the chest a bit more. You've gone too far. So keep adjusting here so that this works for you. See if you can take shin and forehead to meet. And then stay here working on that, or come forward to a Bakasana or an Ekapada Bakasana. Your call, your practice, whatever is calling you today. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Right foot lands on one, bend through the right knee, lift the left leg, coming in to crouching warrior. Engage through that back leg. Take an inhale. On your exhale, fold. Hands frame the right leg, straighten through that right knee, coming into standing splits. Don't worry too much about opening through the left hip. Try and keep the hips square as you lift the leg. Draw chest to shin. Nice. And then slowly left foot to the back of the mat. So from here, you can take the left knee down to set yourself up for active split. So, you know, depending on how long your legs are, I really have no excuse to not be as long as the mat because I'm tall. But you're just trying to take a really active, long stance here. Keep driving into the left toes and lift the right heel. Be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Rebend on one, lower the back knee down. Lower the hands, release, straighten that right leg, coming into a half split, half Hanumanasana on this right side. Draw the right hip back, left hip forward if you want to feel more intensity. And as always, you're driving down through that right heel and dragging it back to click the right hamstring on. That's where we want the work. Keep breathing. And then rebend the right knee, plant the hands, inhale through to three-leg dog. Bend the left knee, bend the elbows, come into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to come high onto the ball of the toes and we're going to walk to the top of the mat, one foot in front of the other, trying to keep the shoulders from going beyond the wrists, trying to keep the hands planted to the mat, and then inhale, Urdhva Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. The hands can go behind the ankles, just to send you deeper here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the knees and rise up. To stand, reach the arms up, look up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Cool, so we'll work through a little bit of the stability series in the Awakening Solar System. So if you know that straightening your leg with your hand connected to your foot doesn't often work or is a bit of a challenge, your block or your strap or your belt is going to be good here for you. But again, you can keep the knee bent if it's a problem. So from here, standing onto that right leg, engaging through that right big toe. Think about plugging into an electrical socket with that right foot and trying to suck that energy up. So instead of sinking into the right hip, the more we can drive into that right leg and stand tall, it's going to help a lot with this next work. So inhale, draw that left knee back into the chest, into stork's pose. Find a nice active stance. And then you're going to take the first two fingers, wrap them around the big toe, or you're going to use your strap. If you don't have the strap, another option is to take the hands underneath that left thigh and then straighten the leg with the hands there. So there's something that you can do here irrespective of where you are. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, start to straighten through that left leg. Hold it here. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then release that leg, keep it as high as it was. Watch it drop and then fight to lift it. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, point the toes, lower for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. That's so humbling because that leg can be super high. If you've got long hamstrings, you're like, yeah, I can hold this here. And then you release it and it's just so hard to keep it high. But that's where we've got the hip flexors working for us, the active range in the hamstring. So something to note is if you can hold that foot pretty high and then as soon as you release it, it drops to just above the earth, then we need to work on not taking it as high and work on building the activation. It's all about building the active strength so that we can then move into it passively, not the other way around. Anyway, standing on the left leg, plugging in, scooping the energy up. Think about that analogy of the plug. So you've got energy zipping up that leg into the left hip, left glutes engaged, and then right fingers, first two fingers take hold of the right big toe, or the strap, or take the hands underneath the thigh. Inhale here, stand tall. Exhale, straighten that right leg. Be here for 5, lifting the arm, 3, 4, 3, 2. On 1, release, try and keep it high for 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, point the toes, lower for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Release. Have a bit of a shake there. Cool. We'll take it to the side now. So standing on the right leg, this is a killer. Stand on the right leg, plug up the energy, draw the left knee into the chest. Then take hold of that big toe or use your strap, your hands, whatever you're doing. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, straighten. And then send it out to the side. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, release, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Point toes on one, lower for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. I'm going to face you for this, otherwise this plant is going to get a face full of my foot. Weight into that left foot. Scoop the energy up. So really try and engage through the toes here so that you lift the inner arches. That's going to help us all with the stability and the balance. Draw that right knee into the chest for stork's pose. Pick it up nice and high. Right first finger, second finger around the toes or whatever you're doing. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to straighten. Take it out to the side. Notice the height you're at. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Let go on one. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2. Point the toes on one. Lower for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. No joke that, no joke. Inhale, reach up, look up. Arda Hastasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, bend the right knee, step the left foot back. Coming into a lizard lunge here. So if you want to take the right foot out, you can. And it might be nice to come down onto the forearms for this. So you could use a block here if the ground feels too far away, or you can stay lifted. It's no big deal. If you do want to go onto the forearms, try and drop the right forearm first, because that'll get you there easier than dropping the left one first. Look to the top of the mat so you keep the spine nice and long. And just feel this out. Inevitably, whenever we work on activating the hamstrings, we're always activating, or almost always, using the glutes and the hips as well. So, you know, the legs might be cooking a bit by now. And they definitely are for me. So I'm with you if that's how you're feeling. You'll have to leave me a comment if you do this class tomorrow. Let me know how the legs are feeling. Whenever we work solely or focus a lot on hamstrings, I do have a student that always messages me the next day and says, like, you devil, you, my legs are killing. And then plant the hands underneath you. We'll take a twisted lizard. So inhale, reach up, and then bend through that back leg. So sometimes we would kick and catch, the back foot. Sometimes we would kick the foot into the hands. This time I want you to take the inside of the foot and draw that heel into the butt, squaring the hips to the front of the mat. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, release the hand. Keep that foot exactly where it is. Keep fighting to bring it in. This is your hamstring pulling it in. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Release on one. Nice. Straighten through that right leg. Coming into Arda, Hanumanasana, half split. Might feel nice there just to give that left hamstring a break after all that. Which is work, you know, it's work. And if you cramped up there, totally normal. So try and fight through the cramp if it happens. The more you do it, the less it'll cramp. And it's a great place to notice, did it feel easy to pull my foot in because my hamstring has that range, but did it feel really hard to keep the foot close to the butt when I let go? If so, then that hamstring just needs to work a bit harder on building strength, and when it does, it's not going to feel so tough. From here, you can start to scoot that right foot forward, start to scoot the left knee back, coming into full Hanumanasana, splits pose. Don't worry about the depth here, you're just looking for a deeper place than half split. Sit up nice and tall. Try and drive that left hip forward, right hip back. That is really going to intensify it. And then when you're ready, inhale, draw that foot back underneath you. From here, you can take a handstand hop, just to hop your way to the top of the mat, or you can step to the top of the mat, your call. But either way, both feet are gonna land at the top. Inhale, Arda Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Arda Uttanasana. This time, that right foot's gonna travel to the back of the mat. Drop the right knee, and then we'll find that low lizard lunge again. So if you want to drop the forearms again, you can. Think about getting that left forearm to the mat first, and then the right forearm is just going to help you. If you do right first, then left, sometimes the left one doesn't want to plant. And it doesn't need to, if you're up on the hands, that's totally cool. Just feel this out here. Feel the stretch in your body and the release. The body's always working in two ways, so if we're finding expansion someplace, we're contracting in another one, so move into that feeling, move into that space. If you were on the forearms, start to come up onto the hands, and we'll take that twist, taking hold of the back foot. If the back foot's just not available to catch yet, which is totally kind of normal, then just work to catch it, and you actually will be a bit more of advantage because you probably are working more actively there anyway. If you've got the foot, take hold of the inside and draw that heel into the butt. Square the hips forward. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Release the foot. Keep the foot into the butt. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly lower it down on 1. Coming back into Arda Hanumanasana, half split here. Working on whatever you want to, so you could take the hands out in front and sink the chest low, or you could be kind of super active here, soft bend through the right knee and keep the chest lifted. But try and feel the stretch right in the belly of these muscles, so that's kind of my aim for you. When you're ready, rebend the left foot, come into full Hanumanasana. And by full, that just means like a little bit deeper than where you were in the half Hanumanasana. So, don't think, I've got to get my hips to the mat. You don't. You're getting a great stretch here, even if you are nice and high like I am. Try and draw that right hip forward, left hip back. Sit nice and tall. And take some nice long breaths here. Slowly draw that left foot back underneath you. And again, option to just hop. You can take a handstand and hold it for as long as you like, or you can just take maybe 1, 2, 3 hops just to get both feet to the top of the mat. So from here, we'll all go. And then drop the foot. Drop both feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And then bend the knees and drop your butt all the way to the mat. Nice. Grab your strap, if you've got it, or your belt, and then roll yourself down onto your back. Last bit of effort here. So you're going to take your strap and wrap it around the right foot. And then try and wrap the strap a couple of times. You can keep the left leg bent or you can take it long. It's really your choice, but active if you take it long by really flexing through the foot. And then start to draw that right foot towards the top of the mat, the back of the mat now, but towards your forehead. Keep driving through the strap if you've got it, so you're pushing through the strap as you come forward. If you don't need the strap and it's kind of just in the way, then you can release it. Take hold of the right big toe. If you've got that, then I want you to bend this elbow and plug that right shoulder blade back to the mat. So if you're here and you can't get the shoulder blade to the mat, I want you to use the strap. And then pull the shoulder blade down into the mat. It's just going to intensify the work on that right leg. So you'll see more of an effort. Keep flexing through the left toes. Supta, Utthita, Hasta Padangusthasana. It's a mouthful of an asana, that one. Nice. And then from here, start to take that right foot over to the right side and only go as far as you can without rolling off. So see how my butt, well, you may not be able to see, but my left butt cheek's starting to lift here, which can take me nice and low, but we want to keep the left butt grounded. So only go as far as you can. It might not be as far as you normally go, that's fine. Keep breathing here. And then draw the foot back in. Release the hand or the strap, point the toes. And then inhale, reach up. So you're reaching your chest to your leg and your leg is driving in. I know it's a killer. Keep lifting, keep reaching. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly release on 1. Grab your strap if you used it for side 1. And everybody draw the left knee into the chest. I haven't done this sequence for a long time and I've forgotten how much I need to, one, and how tough it is, two. And then from here, start to straighten through that left leg. Notice if one side feels different here. And then again, that cue to drop that left shoulder blade to the mat. Super important. So you've got activation through this leg. And you're just getting the most out of the stretch. Keep flexing the right toes. Don't let them switch off. You want the right leg active. Ground the right hips, right butt to the mat. Nice. Keep pressing the heel up to the sky. Keep drawing the toes up past your forehead, imagining that one day your toes are just gonna land behind your head. I actually know a teacher that when she takes her leg to the side, she can do that easily. But it's not my bag, and I'm not sure it ever will be. And enough of that, start to slowly take that left foot over to the left side, only until you feel the lift of the right hip. Once you feel the lift, then stop, because you're not getting as much from the stretch. Keep bending that left elbow to draw the foot nice and high. Keep breathing through this stretch. Try and find ease throughout the journey of tension. Slowly draw the left leg back in and then point the left toes, release the strap if you've got it. Reach the chest up, the arms can go alongside you to help lift you. You're drawing the left leg in, you're reaching the chest forward. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, lower on 1. Whew. Shake the legs out if you need to. Last bit of effort, Yogi. So taking the feet underneath the knees, hip distance, like we did right at the beginning. We're going to do 3 rounds of active bridge and then we're done. So driving the heels into the mat. You're scooping your tailbone under you. Scoop, scoop, scoop. So much that the spine is now flat to the mat. And then inhale, drive up, drive up, drive up. Neutralize the back bend at the top of the chest. The work here is keeping a nice straight, flat back from bottom of glutes, actually from the back of the knees, right the way to the mid back. Keep curling that tailbone under you as much as it can. Keep pushing the shins away, driving through the heels and lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Spin the tailbone underneath you. Spin, spin, spin. The butt's going to start to lift. The back is flat to the mat. And then draw up, draw up. Neutralize the back bend, so don't go too high. Feel hamstrings work here. Feel the feet push into the ground and drag back to click underneath you. Glutes are working hard. Be here for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the shake. Inhale. Exhale. Lower down. 1 more of these. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Next inhale. Curl under. Back, lower bottom of the back is flat to the mat now. And then reach up, reach up, reach up. Knit the front ribs in. 1 long line from kind of halfway along the back to the back of the knees. Keep driving through the hips. Keep curling the tailbone underneath you. Be here for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Give it 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Bottom of exhale. Lower down. Keep curling the tailbone under you so that the last thing to lower is your hips. Whew. Nice. Awesome job, yogis. Whew. Take the feet as wide as the mat. Let the knees knock in. Feel all that hard work settle now into your body. This practice challenges us differently every time we get onto our mat, and today was very much about that meticulous work, that activation, that seeking of just a little bit more space, but a controlled space. So not just passive stretching, but really thinking about activation, and that's where flexibility is found. So passive stretching is great, but if you work into that active range and build that active range, the passive is going to be deeper, for sure. That being said, take soles of the feet together. Hips have done a lot. Let the knees fall either side. Coming into a Supta Baddha Konasana for your Shavasana. And the arms might feel nice to go up above your head, shoulder blades, surrendering to the earth. Close down the eyes. You're at the end of navigating your mat, navigating your physical body, your spiritual body. Be at ease now. let the practice start to move away from you. Stay here for as long as you have available. You've worked the body really hard today, so feel free to enjoy a nice, long and luscious Shavasana. This is where I will leave you. As always, thank you so much for allowing me into your home and into your practice. It's an absolute pleasure. And I hope to see you and see your comments on the channel soon. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Yogi.